Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. How is everybody?
So good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Why
good.
do I always say that?
You always say so good.
Good.
The way you say it too is like so convincing. So good. And then I'll just be like, I'm crappy, just to kind of balance it. Why do I sound like I'm on the toilet? I'm feeling crappy. We never know if this is like your porno voice or your constipation voice. Or
It's weird how they're oddly
sex
similar.
I don't know what that says about me. Yeah. Well, welcome to the Miles with Moms podcast, where we discuss all sorts of topics in and out of running. But today we are going to talk about perfectionism and just different ways that we've dealt with the perfectionist mentality and things that we've done to overcome it. You guys excited about this topic?
So good.
So good.
Well, I'm happy.
Because we never
Shanna,
really know like where it's gonna go, right? I mean, like we come up with these topics, but we have no idea what each other is gonna say. Or like, I mean, I can speak for Olivia. She probably has no idea what she's gonna come out of her mouth. Which is the best part. It is so the best part.
No, I wrote out a whole script.
ChatGPT, or did you do it yourself?
I gotta write up the script for this one. This one's gotta really hit for everyone.
Actually, yeah, I'm just so I appear perfect, I'm just gonna put into ChatGPT, like ask it what to say. What will sound perfect? I'm curious. Podcast about perfectionism.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have something good. I'll put it in there and see what happens. Should we go through and let everybody, in case anybody's new, there's 4 of us. Mm-hmm. The Midwestern nasally voice is me, Whitney.
I'm Olivia.
And I'm Trisha.
And then
the inappropriate one. We all bring it to the table in different ways. And Shanna has 6 kids, so I think she's muted and minding them at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and that happens. She's back. She disappeared.
I got a stupid keyboard because my son's in piano lessons, and they're just back there banging on it. I'm like, I hate this keyboard
that needs to go. You need to get rid of that.
I know, but I'm like, what else can he? Like, we don't have room for like a piano, so he's in piano lessons, and I'm like,
the garage. You have a garage, right?
It's like 1,000,000 degrees in there.
Oh, that's okay.
It would not be used.
Just like, who cares? Then they'll get like yes. There's some ice cubes in there. That'll be fine. It's kind of funny. Just kidding. Just kidding. Everybody, we're kidding. So I don't know if this is like, this made me think if this was a generational thing. This bothered me, and if I was, you look so good, Cal.
Dad is 35.
35. Cal always looks good. Cal, come here. He's got some shy. $40 and stuff. He is segued out of the chain. So we had tornadoes in the area this week. And Eleanor, like, the power went out in their school, and so her English teacher had all the kids move towards the window so that they had light so they could finish their vocab test. And then a couple minutes later, they come over the loudspeaker and they're like, you need to go into the hall because there's a tornado warning or something. And she starts grumbling. She's like, oh man, I just had them situated by the window so they could do their vocab test.
Are you serious?
And I'm like, is this something I should say something about, or is that am I being a Karen or a helicopter parent that this teacher wanted her to sit near the window? I mean, it was hailing, like it was.
I mean, windows are the first thing to get away.
Wow. Right.
Like, I know that.
I don't know.
You're all mad.
Like, what would you guys do? I mean, would you do anything about it, or just?
I would probably.
I think I don't know. Yeah.
But like,
I don't know. I think like what's done is done at this point. She's alive, so there's that.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. What would you even say?
I don't even know. I mean, it's a new
Concerned for like
school.
future events.
It's a brand new school for us, you know, so I don't want to ruffle any feathers. And I'm not really someone to speak up. I thought it was kind of hilarious. I was like, wait a minute, tell me the story again. She had to move towards the window in the middle of a storm. You know, but when we think about when we were kids, like that would have been nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't know about Shannon and Olivia. You guys were kids like 5 years ago.
No, that was my oldest is 9. Okay.
I was gonna say Shanna's had like 15 kids in the past 5 years.
I know I'm like 21, but
I know we're just teen moms over here, Shanna. Shh, stop. let's think we're teen moms.
Well, in my mind, you guys are. No, I'm just kidding. That is not true.
I like that though. How we have like the geriatrics on top and the teen moms on the bottom.
You said it.
I embrace it.
And yeah,
You're old.
Elliot, your guys' faces look better than mine.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Oh, stop.
What is going on?
It's because we're just like leathery. We just weather ourselves out in the dust. We're like,
you guys don't have the humidity we have. We're just
right. Yeah.
Because
we're just sweating.
We're at least tan and leathery, okay?
we got
we call you Magda
over here.
Something about Mary. You guys remember her?
Who?
Magda.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even know because they were.
That was
babies.
that was. No, that was before your time, huh? Was it?
Look how quiet they got.
I know. They're like, who? Something about Mary?
What Mary Magdalene is?
No.
Like from the Bible.
Talking about the Bible?
Do you think I would ask you about the Bible? No. Do you something about Mary?
Maybe you're having a midlife crisis, Trisha. I don't know.
Yes, right. I did talk about joining the convent right before we jumped on, so that was a fair. That's a fair assumption.
Talk about joining the polygamists.
The polygamists, yes. If they don't accept me at the convent, I will join the polygamists.
Yeah.
You know, same difference, same thing,
right? Yeah. I don't know.
I cannot believe we went from something about Mary to Mary Magdalene.
I was like, why am I hearing? You have to speak louder. My bad ears right here.
There really is something for everyone on this podcast.
There really is.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
No, something about Mary was a comedy. Cameron Diaz.
I remember hearing about this.
My gosh.
Yeah. You should go. You should go watch.
Like it. Shanna, I
it
see
is
it
funny.
being totally down your alley, up your alley.
Up your
I said it wrong. Is it up your alley?
Up your alley.
That doesn't sound right.
Right up your alley.
I think down the alley. I like down the alley better.
Down.
Get your
She down your alley. Yes.
Oh,
that sounds way worse to me.
Yeah.
Well, I say
Never
all the
before,
time.
actually.
I probably throw that one around like daily. That's right
up your alley.
Yeah,
I can't say that anymore.
I'm gonna continue to say it. I literally think I said it like probably 10 times this day. Oh, that's right up your alley.
You guys,
it has never sounded as dirty as it does. Right
I know. What is it?
Never.
You guys.
Huh?
Yes.
It's the way you say things, Whitney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a suggestive tone.
That's
the one.
Right. You always have. I want to create like a Whitney sayings book.
Oh man.
Because you always have something like that. So now it's up your alley.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
It's up your alley.
You said right up your alley. Okay.
The other one is like you stick it in your craw. Have you ever heard that saying? Like
stick it where?
In your craw?
Crotch?
I know it sounds like crotch, but it's not.
Come again? What? What does that even mean?
What is it? It's like
how do you
think
spell
about it.
this?
It's a crop of bird
I
or
thought about it.
insect. I don't even know. I swear, stick it in my craw meaning. Okay, I'm going to look this up. It's difficult or impossible to accept. So it's like the saying in of itself. It's
real.
hard to accept that that's. Oh, come on, dogs.
That is very hard to stick in my craw.
How do you spell this? Crotch?
CRAW.
Craw. Stick it in your craw.
I challenge you to use it in a sentence.
I sure will.
The next time
hanging on Wednesday to join.
Yes! You can stick this in your craw.
He's like, stick
right up
there.
It'll be right up your alley.
When you said Wednesday, and then we can get, but that reminded me of my is a very successful lady, and she was in a business meeting, and she's talking about a woman, and she says, yeah, she's a real see you next Wednesday. And everybody looked at her like, what? And she meant to say see you next Tuesday.
Oh.
Which smells,
Yes.
Yeah. Shanna's not there yet. Are you there yet?
Yes, I'm there.
But she got it wrong. Yeah, she's a real see you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.
Which is almost
CUNW.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Way worse than Tuesday.
Way worse. Oh, that's really funny.
I know.
Awesome.
It's funny too because she's like head of HR, and she's
oh, that's even better.
That's really funny.
Maybe she's just trying to keep it clean with the Wednesday.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she was doing.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, she's close to perfect. This is my segue.
Wow.
No one is perfect.
There you go.
Segue.
HR people, they're not perfect. We've learned that.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Case in point. Stick that in your craw.
Coldplay. Yep.
Coldplay.
Oh, yes, that's right. Coldplay.
Preach, sister.
Can't trust them.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Can't trust them. They're not perfect.
No, I remember I worked at a news station, and the HR lady and the like general sales manager both married with kids. They had a marital affair, and one of my coworkers walked in on them.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh God, how stupid.
News
stations
are dirty, man.
So excited over there.
She's like, that should be a reality show. I would watch that. I'd watch that.
It totally should.
Definitely. Episode on that. I would like. I love listening to stories like that. I'm like, but how? How did they get away with it? Like,
he would never put them together. He was like twice her age too. Ugh.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh. Is he like wealthy? Like, I don't understand those situations.
No, me neither.
I think just bored.
Yeah.
Bored?
I think maybe they're just bored.
That's a good.
The men? The men or the woman?
Both, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably
I don't
the
know.
man is bored. And
I don't know. I don't think I could be
like,
that
there's
bored.
like a perfect duo, you know?
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
that's like. Have you guys seen? You know who Bill Belichick is?
Yeah.
New England. His girlfriend is like 23.
Well, that's money. I mean, that's totally money.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
She was a cheerleader.
Didn't she date some older man before him though too? I'm pretty sure.
Did she?
I don't know.
Up her track record.
Yeah.
She knows what she wants.
Right.
I mean, I'm just like, if that floats your boat, like,
yeah, good for you.
Like,
I guess not my thing.
No.
Thank you for setting us straight on that, Trisha, because we were all wondering.
Is
that your thing? Nope. No. Keep it
honestly
tight around
like,
here.
right up her alley. So
older men, not up her alley.
I'd point it if I was
not that old.
I'd be like, oh, he's right up your alley because he's old. So perfect.
Wait, Olivia, I'm sorry. No offense. This was like, wait, because what's the age difference now? Again,
for me
with you and
90 years.
90. Because that like your age different, that doesn't count. This was like
I mean, he
what,
is
like
Yeah.
40 years
Like,
difference.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
I'm
that's
dead.
I love it when Shanna.
I'm old. Like the other day, Shanna was saying something about like she saw my car, but then pulled up next to it, and there was just an old man. And I was like, "Oh, Matt just borrowed my car." But I was obviously kidding. Matt was in Vegas. It was obviously not him, but the first person to make an old person joke.
No, she was talking about him on one of the podcasts, and she was like, "But he's like sprightly or something." And I was like, "Shanna, you do it like he's the same age basically as Trisha and me."
oh yeah, because how old is he?
He's 45.
He's like 45. I'm 44. You're 42. Like we're all
right.
Age.
Oh yeah, he's right there with us.
I need to clear myself though, because I don't think 44, 45 is old. Like,
yeah,
Thank you.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I know.
That's all I have to say.
I do, like you were talking about. You're like, but he's still very vibrant and has a zest.
Zest for life.
Like, when he gets out of bed, and he shows up sometimes, he uses his walker and he has a zest for life.
And he's good to go.
Yes. Good for you, Olivia.
Yeah.
Little sugar daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
What she's wanted. She proclaims that it was
Yeah.
something that. Okay, should we get serious?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I love how we tried to segue and then we segued right out of it.
I love being called a sugar daddy again.
What was
How
that?
do I
Did I
explain
make
that
a mistake?
again? Hey, so you came up again. We were talking about football attack, and then we segued to
Olivia was like, "I'm the cheerleader, and you're the football coach." And this.
so youthful and young, and you're a sugar daddy, obviously.
I love it. Oh God, it's so good.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like,
I knew it.
Yeah.
Where are we going to Hawaii?
Yes.
Oh, I'm waiting for Matt to take his nap. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Perfectionism.
So I came up with this idea because I fight it from time to time. What?
I said kick us off, Whitney.
I'll kick us off. So this popped into my head because in the last episode, I was having a mom come over with her son, and in my mind, I'm like, I am not Susie Homemaker. I have said this before, like it does not come naturally to me. And I was like, I'll have it come over, and I'll make like a nice charcuterie board, and I'll make, the house will look nice, and not that she cares, whatever. This is just, And like 5 minutes before she arrives, and I'm still recording the podcast, my two golden retrievers are eating a dead bunny behind me on the podcast. It's like, and I lost it, and it was very surprising and gross and somewhat traumatizing I tried to save the bunny. But anyways, I'm just like, those are my true colors. Like, even if I tried to be perfect, like, why? Because it's just never going to be. Like, I am not Susie Homemaker. I am not going to have this beautiful cheese plate and, like, nice china stuff. Like, that's just not who I am. I am whatever. I don't pry dead animals from my dog's mouths on a daily basis, but that's, like, basically, it's, like, forts everywhere and sweaty running clothes and whatever. So that's kind of how, and obviously that's like a very superficial thing, but like the gist of it is trying to be something that you're not and embracing what you are. And so that's kind of what I was thinking. And then I had hopped on Instagram and I saw that Trisha had posted something about her battle with perfectionism. And so I was like, I know that she'll have a lot of wonderful things. And I know that Shannon and Olivia, and Olivia, I'm sure will say something amazing that we'll all remember, want to put on a t-shirt. But so that's how this this came to be. There's more to it, but I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop talking.
No, that wasn't a ramble. That was great.
It was
No,
a
that's great.
ramble. So perfectionism.
Yeah.
Trisha, tell us about your journey.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, it's been a journey. So I think a lot of it for me has come from just being the oldest of 7 kids and being told growing up like you have to set a good example, like you're the oldest, and I think it's like the type A personality that a lot of us have, and so I just always strive to be quote unquote perfect in everything I did, like from how I looked to how my running, like everything. And I think for me, it was way worse through high school and in college, where I would never leave my bedroom without like full makeup done, hair done, which is like hard for a lot of people to believe now, because if you look at my Instagram, like I'm rarely in regular clothes. So I've come a long way. Like you would never see me without being like totally done, because I think it boiled down to I was self-conscious. And striving to like look perfect kind of made me feel better. And I don't think it honestly, it's something I've battled forever, and something that I still do, not even with like appearances so much as just trying to like be the best mom that I can be, like be the best physical therapist that I can be. It's hard for me to let go. But my dad at one point, like with me struggling through eating disorders, which is again, I think was another product of that constant striving for perfection, said to me, there's no such thing as perfect. And that is something that I always say to other people and to myself, because what's perfect to one person is totally not to someone else. It's all so subjective.
That's true.
Yeah, and like you're never going to please everybody, and like what is perfect? You ask one person to the next, it's going to be a different answer. So, and like, what's the point? We like, why beat yourself up and waste all of this energy on trying to be something that maybe you're not, or maybe you don't need to be spending the energy on. So yeah, but it's hard. I think a lot of us too as runners, we're constantly striving to be better and
Which isn't a bad thing.
which is not a bad thing,
but it's
can
like,
be.
what's the drive? Like, is
Right.
it coming from like a self-conscious, like it's really to mask something that you feel lesser than, and really the drive is always at the root of like trying to belong, right? Like you want to be accepted, you want to feel like you belong.
Right. Yeah.
So
And it's hard to just like let it go. Even now, like with the house, like I feel like I'm like a lunatic if it's not like clean,
Oh yeah.
And like with 3 kids, I have to like let go of that because it's impossible. But sometimes, I walk into other people's houses and it's like perfectly decorated, and we have our charcuterie boards or whatever, and I'm like, well, shit, like that's definitely not me either, like at all. But that I think that comparison, and I think we come back to that a lot on this podcast, is so real when it comes to like striving to be quote unquote perfect, because we're surrounded by so much of it. Social media,
everywhere, social media,
right? Yeah.
And there are like there are the people, the houses you go to that are beautiful, and it's like it seems so easy for them. I always marvel, it seems so easy for them to come up with these appetizers that are so beautiful and so, and I'm like, how do you do it? And then I remind myself, well, doing that kind of stuff is not my gift, my priority in life,
Right.
like, and having the perfect clothes and perfect hair and perfect, like my kid here in the South, all the kids wear like their embroidered blousey outfits, and like
Oh,
Eleanor wore the
right.
same Lightning McQueen t-shirt for like 2 years.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I want to hear from the youngins.
As a
Over
teen
there.
mom, how have you struggled with
Mom, I
perfection?
really battled perfectionism.
Olivia, you're a mule.
There we
She's
go.
like, that's on purpose.
Take it away, baby.
As a teen mom, we are perfect. We are. We just are.
Yes.
No, no, sorry, I redact that.
It's a big word for a teen.
As a trophy wife.
I love Nancy Drew.
As a trophy wife, yes.
As a trophy wife, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
real talk
job
right
to
there.
be perfect. So no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I really do think that like when it comes to like the nice house, the like if someone has a perfect charcuterie board and like perfect appetizers, like that might be what they also just love to do. And so I always
Right.
have to think about like that is something that people like in our old home, we loved hosting people. And so like it was always like, how did you get your house so clean and all this stuff? And it's like, well, don't look in the kids' rooms or don't look in my closet. And it's the idea of like, yes, what you see is perfect, but don't look under or in anything. Just stuff.
What a beautiful metaphor.
It's like,
Right. Yeah.
you're just like if your kitchen is clean, it means probably your bedrooms are not clean. And you're always going to be in that cycle of like robbing Peter to pay Paul, like just to put on a show. And like we love doing it because it's easier to host people if you're not constantly like apologizing, like, oh, let me move like this pile of wipes from the couch, like obviously that was much easier than, especially if we had people over that had like older kids or something. But we are in a phase in our life where our kids are just like, you will step on Legos. We can't do anything about it. If it smells like a wet towel, it's probably because there's one nearby. Like that's just our life right now. And it's like, I can't apologize to other people for our current lifestyle, it's just like where we're at. And like, I can't keep up with other people's standards,
Right.
And I don't worry so much I've never really worried about a lot of like perfection or the perception of certain things. Like I'm definitely careful. Like if I say something and I'm like, oh no, like what are they going to think of that? Like, but for the most part, like I don't really worry about like the perfect outfit or the perfect hair or anything like that. Like if I have a cute outfit on, like there's a 99% chance that I did not do my hair to go along with it. It's like, you're going to get one or the other, And
Right.
so I think so much perfectionism is just disguised as like, discipline. And it's like, oh, if we're really disciplined, then it'll come off as perfect. But I don't think I don't think that if someone seems perfect, I think so much of it is a facade. Like something is
100%.
crumbling somewhere and we just don't know what that is. And so like for me, I wear most of that stuff on the outside. Like you'll know if something's crumbling because I'll probably
Same.
go, oh my God, it was such a disaster. Like I'm so sweaty. Like this outfit's great, but I sweat right through it. Like I can't be perfect, and I'm never going to be, because then I don't have to apologize for just like my mere existence. Like I'm just supposed to apologize because I'm, rough around the edges. So, like
Olivia, what about as a dancer?
Yeah, because I would think that coming from that background, like perfectionism was really put upon you.
Right.
It was stuck right up your alley.
It was
the whole time.
right up my alley. I think so much of that was knowing, like, it was funny, like, everything has to be perfect, like the perfect bun and the perfect leotard.
Right.
And I think so much about this. Like, I always had really like frizzy hair, and like my bun was never, I always had like a good bun, but you were always going to get like these frizzy baby hairs. And like teachers would be like, did you not use like this kind of comb, or you don't want to put some mousse in it? And I was like, no, like I'm going to be here again tomorrow. And if I can whip out a pirouette with this bun, I think it's fine. And it was always like definitely finding the right, the right place for me was hard in that sense because there were so many things that were imperfect, like, and the financial aspect of it, like, you know, I was wearing point shoes that were so dead and so used and all this stuff, and it was like that's what my family can do, but I was a great dancer, like, so that's the trade-off. So things were crumbling, but here's what you got. And so I think that side of like the outside perception, I think as far as like the actual dancing goes, like you are striving to be an amazing dancer, you know, but there was no such thing as perfect because people dance so differently. So, like, where I danced, like, our director looked for a certain body type. So, he liked really thin people that were super flexible. But if you go to another studio, they might like people who can jump really high and turn really well. And sometimes you're not going to get all that in one person. And so they look for a certain type of person. And so finding where you fit in with that was really important. So I kind of always knew like where I was being pushed towards because I knew what kind of a dancer I was. And so I I don't know if maybe I wasn't like talked to so much about that perfection side, maybe because like I think switching schools and stuff, I didn't have a mentor. I do wonder if there was any kind of mentorship that I would have had, like if that would have been pressed upon more. But because you are striving to look a certain way, like you want your body to be perfect, you want to look great in every leotard you wear, no matter what the cut is, you know. And so I think back to that, and of course, like I think that's where so many pieces of like probably like what I thought of myself, even like when I went into running, like runners had to look a certain type of way, and that all these things have to be perfect. Like I can't get a coach because I'm not fast enough, so I have to wait for the perfect time. And you know, I'm not gonna get a coach if I'm postpartum. Like I have to wait for the perfect time and stuff. So I think there's so many parts of it where everything has to seem perfect. How many times am I gonna say perfect?
That's the
But
theme.
I know. And so I think there's so much of that, like where it's like bred into you that things have to look a certain way in order to feel okay to do them, you know? But I don't know because it's funny. I've always been like me during ballet is very similar to how I am now. I'm just a lot nicer, probably. Like I'm not so like elbow to elbow with competing with other dancers, obviously, like with run in this running sense, you know. But um, like really, I have really always marched to the beat of my own drum. Let's just say, and
And
so
that's why we love you.
I just think that I think it worried me that like if there was this idea of a perfect dancer, and I think that's probably why I never, after I broke my foot, why it was at the time so easy for me to walk away was maybe like I didn't fit that mold that I thought in my head, which of course looking back now I'm like, oh my gosh, like what was I thinking? But again, like not having mentorship to tell me that, you know, and so that you have these ideas of what is perfect, and it's like, you know, just these warped things that you're told or what pictures look like and stuff like that, and or the people that you're surrounded by and stuff like that. So if that makes sense.
It does. And the whole like mold thing, especially in the running community, like a lot of people entering this sport or even in the sport, like Shanna, as an elite, like you think you have to look a certain way, live a certain way, run a certain way, and yeah, and I know Shanna, you've made a point too in the past. Why does she do this? Like every time I'm talking, it's not the kids, it's the dogs. You've made a point in the past of like kind of I am who I am on my Instagram, take it or leave it. And I know you posted about how you lost a bunch of followers, which I still think it's like bots or something. But anyways, no, I don't know. But like you're like, I am me. And we've talked about this in the past where if you're not authentic and you're fake, then the people that like you don't actually like you. They like this facade, you know? And so you're just like faking it the whole time. And it's fake, the way people feel towards you. So we got to create our own mold, unique for ourselves. Shannon, what do you have to say?
I don't know. This topic is like hard because I don't feel like I've ever felt the pressure to be perfect in life in general. Like I was a very average student in high school. Like I don't feel like perfectionism hit probably till later in my life, like later in my like early adulthood. Just because like you become a parent and you think like, oh, a parent has to look a certain way or do certain things or be very mature, and what does that mean? What does mature mean? You know, does that mean I lose my sense of humor? You know, um, but I don't know. For me, it was like I was so imperfect growing up as a teenager that like as an adult, I feel like I shifted because my values shifted, my faith shifted. And it was like the more I understood like biblically that perfection literally means to be complete or whole, not perfect. Like perfect doesn't mean the definition of what we make it as. The definition of perfection in the Bible is complete and whole through Christ. And so for me, it was like all of a sudden this mind shift in my brain that I was like, I don't have to be perfect. Like, I can be messy. I can take up space. I can be who I am, like my personality, my goofy self, my immature humor. Like, and he accepts me as that. So if he accepts me as that, why can't the world accept me as that? And I mean, it's still a continual theme. Like, I still struggle with that. Like, feeling like I can take up space, feeling like it's okay for me to take up space. And I know that might be confusing to some people because I'm on a platform and I'm on like podcasts and I'm on lives, but like that's like really putting myself out of my comfort zone to do this type of stuff. But like I just think like the moment I realized that like if the man upstairs doesn't expect me to be perfect, all he wants me to do is be whole complete through him, and he will take me and my messy self any day, then it's like then everybody else needs to take that, you know, because I don't really like they can shove it. Like I just don't care that, and you know, and I feel like I've just become unapologetic over that, and especially in my 30s. Like once I hit my late 20s to my early 30s, I'm just like, this is me. I may say some stuff that I might be very blunt and straightforward, but like you know that it's coming from my heart and my intentions are pure, like in the sense of what I say. I'll never say anything that's like sugar coated. I just like this is like me, you know. And I don't know. I just think there's a growing up religious, like there is also that aspect of people who live up to this like facade of like what perfection is to them. I mean, you guys are in the South where it is very, that is pushed a lot harder. That perfect image that you gotta have your manners, you gotta make sure you speak a certain way and you appear a certain way. And are you going to church on, you know, there's just all these things. And yeah, like Christ hung out with the imperfect people. So obviously he's trying to show us something here. Like he wants to be buddies with us messy people, and that's okay. Like, I don't know. I don't want to turn this into like a Bible thing, but it just, that's where I think that's where my mind shifted, was realizing I can be messy and I can be loved through being messy. Yeah. I don't know.
I love that. And I love that, like, because I feel like for me, especially over the past couple years, like leaving a marriage that was quote unquote perfect from the outside, you know, the perfect house, the perfect family, like, and for me, that was a huge issue, I think, like a deep rooted issue, because it wasn't real. And it was like such a facade. And it wasn't until, you know, at 42 years old, over the past like 2 years of leaving that I'm like, yes, like this is me, that I am so fucking messy. And like, and this is who I am. So I think it's incredible for you at your age and like not even saying that to knock you, but I like,
No, yeah.
because you're saying like late 20s, early 30s. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah.
It takes, I mean, right? Like, it's a big deal.
Because I'm the elder statesman, and it's still like it creeps up. Like it comes up, you know. It like fluctuates. Where I feel fine as the elder statesman in my place and who I am, but then like something will come and like shake me, you know.
Yeah.
Like if there's judgment or like, and then, or if I go to somebody else's house and it's perfect, or I see somebody, I'm like, oh, she always looks so well put together and her hair is always perfect. And then I'm like, I wish I was that way, you know? and it kind of like shakes me, and then I talk myself back. And I don't know, your kids are still young, so I don't know if you've seen it yet. You may have, Shanna and Madison, but like Eleanor, even just with her, like they're all obsessed with Ulta and Sephora and skincare and perfect hair and all that stuff. And it's all good and fun, but it's something that we are talking a lot about, and I am keeping a very close eye on, because for her to be like thinking at 11 that she's getting wrinkles and stuff like that, I'm like, we need to put, and they're worried about their body image and sleek hair. And I mean, she told me the other day, she's like, Mom, I just love how matte your hair is. Like, thank you. How to undercut me.
Wow.
Right.
So, yeah, she tried to take it back, but it's like, especially, I mean, and everything's, you talk about, you don't know what's real. It's like, goodness, AI is everywhere. I mean, these influencers that they see, and like, and that's the standard that they're trying to live up to. It's very dangerous.
I mean, I think so much of that is also like, it's like, you can't believe what you're seeing on, you can't always believe what you're seeing. Like, there might be a camera set up in a beautiful kitchen, but that person might not have any furniture in their house. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think that's a very real thing. Or like, I've gone over to someone's house and I was like, everything was so perfect, like that I saw, and like, we had connected online, and then there's like no toys in the home and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, what an interesting way to live. But like, has young children too, and so it's like, oh, it's just so many things are just a facade, and or to like look a certain way. And especially here we have it too, like, being the perfect mom is very, like, on the outside is very important. Like, people are driving cars that I'm like are so expensive, and I'm like, what does your husband do? Like, you're home, so like, what does your husband do? Because the industry isn't huge here. Like, that's a doctor lawyer car. Like, what are you doing? There's, and I'm like, I know they're not a doctor or a lawyer. So it's just interesting. Like, there is such a push to like seem like you have this perfect marriage, this perfect house, this perfect life, and it's like, are you happy though? Like, are you enjoying yourself? Like, do you love feeling that way? Like, it's so much pressure. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish that was talked about so much more, because I know, like, as someone that is going through divorce, like, I can't tell you how many friends and acquaintances that I've talked to that from the outside look so perfectly happy, and you start to talk to them, and as soon as I'm like, oh, this is my deal, they're like, oh my God, me too. Like, I'm so unhappy, and you would never guess that, because people are so afraid to break that perfection, like, mold. Like, God forbid anyone sees, like, the stuff that's really going on under this perfect facade,
Yeah. And it ties into the running side too. Like, it's like, oh, we're supposed to put out perfect workouts every time, like, exactly what our coach gives us. Like, that's not going to happen realistically, whether you're a mom or not. Like, life stuff will get in the way. You will not always have perfect workouts, and your training week will not always. Strava. You can type also anything in. Like, if you're like, people will post times of things, and like that, you type that in. I don't know if I believe those things. You know what I mean?
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Like, on
you do like a manual upload or
a
something.
manual workout, and
you can do that. But I'm saying, like, I could technically I could hop on and I could post. I had a perfect, like, I had a half marathon time trial. What if I was like, I ran it in an hour and 15 minutes, like, technically I could just say that. Like, you can, just to seem like I'm having the most perfect training block ever. But like, like, if I am, like, but then being honest is just so much more satisfying, obviously. But I think perception for a lot of, especially for young people, is really, really, really important. Like, where you haven't had that filter taken off yet, and like you're talking about, like, once you a lot of times, once you're vulnerable with somebody, like, hey, this is what I'm going through, it opens up that door to like take that filter off for a second and be like, oh my God, I have been,
because when you don't, it's lonely.
Yeah.
Like when you,
Right.
I mean, because it's funny because it's like the goal is you want to be accepted, you want to belong. That's why you're perfect, you're hiding your warts. But in doing that, you're actually more alone because you're not connecting with people because you're not being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's true.
And that's like the true human experience,
Mhm.
is like
Mm-hmm.
be vulnerable and then
Yeah.
be open with people. Because how else will
Let
you
bunnies
truly connect?
be massacred behind you on a
Yes.
podcast.
Right.
Yeah. And if that doesn't explain,
Poor bunny.
we all work on perfectionism. I don't know what does. Yeah.
And we never edit really ever, guys. So
Right.
like
No one's
we
surprised.
know we are not perfect, and so
Yeah.
what you
No.
see is what you get.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I wonder also how much of like postpartum loneliness comes from wanting people to see that they're perfect. I have a friend that, you know, I used to work with her at the yoga studio here before we were parents. Then I became a mom and she became a mom right when Charlotte was being born. So our kids are a little bit apart and then younger. And she was so nervous, like having her kids in front of me. And she was like, I just don't have any like mom friends. I just like, I don't know. I don't like hang out with people and stuff like that. And I was like, why? And she was like, I'm just so nervous that I look like I'm doing it wrong. And I was like,
Mm.
that's not a thing. Like, I'm like,
Oh.
people are not watching you. Like they're not like if you are holding your baby, they're they're like, oh, she's holding a baby. I was like, nobody's thinking that. But to her, that was very much a thing. So she had just kind of like, you know, she goes and does her job and then like, you know, hangs out at home. And I was like, you know, I can't really knock her because when Charlotte was a disaster when she was like 15 months old, I didn't want to take her anywhere either. So we just kind of stayed home. And of course, that's going to be lonely because you're not wanting to take your kids places, you know, or you only
Yeah.
bring them out around certain people that will accept
Yeah.
you know,
The
and
judgment on parenting is
yeah.
the
And so
worst.
it's the idea of like being a perfect mom and doing things perfectly. And, you know, and I'll never forget when she was like, I just, you know, I always feel like I'm doing things wrong. And I'm like, but you could hold your baby by its ankles and nobody would really worry about it. They'd be like, oh, that's her thing. You know, like people
Probably not.
coming
She's
over.
like, this is how you burp a baby, and she starts like shaking. You're like, no, no, no.
Oh, that's so cute.
Sorry,
holding
she's
a
one.
baby.
I'm thinking of her baby, and she's one. So if you held her by her ankles, it really wouldn't be a big deal.
Oh,
Be laughing. That's why I'm
my
thinking. I'm like baby one, but yeah, not a newborn. A newborn, somebody is gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like, hey, you shouldn't do that. It's crazy.
No, you are doing it wrong. You're right. You were absolutely
Yeah,
right. You were
yeah.
doing this all wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like this was a good discussion.
I think so too.
Do you think
That's good.
"baby by the ankles" is the T-shirt?
Baby by the
Where do you
ankles.
think that one?
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
Stick that in your craw.
Oh my god.
Stick that in your craw. That's the T-shirt right there.
That's yes.
Stick.
It's a legitimate saying.
It is.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Never-
Sure.
Is that like a where? Where do people say this?
Whitney, did someone just say it to you?
I'm trying to think about where I lived where I heard that. I think it was when we
Yeah.
lived in Connecticut and I was
There you
in
go.
elementary school and
I have
somebody
a
said it.
sister in
Maybe it's a
Connecticut. I'm
New
gonna
England thing.
get her up.
Yeah, run it past her.
It's not a New England thing. I grew up in New England.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're from Massachusetts, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think when you're giving
Charlottesville?
your PT, like here are your PT exercises, just
Yeah.
stick these in your craw and you'll be good to go.
Give them a resistance band and say, stick this in your craw. How do you think that's going to go over?
And you'll have an ironclad crotch just like me.
Yes. What happened here?
You're gonna have to go back, listeners. That was like early episode.
That was super
we called
early.
you
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I think this might be like our 51st or 52nd episode. Like we're coming up
wow.
on our year anniversary.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Kind of a big deal.
And we've just gotten more and more unhinged.
Yeah, it's getting rough out here.
Right.
Yeah, we were very proper and
Olivia,
perfect.
you looked very like shell shocked there for a second.
Yeah, it was
Like,
the amount of times
the-
we said stick it in your. and
I'm
to-
looking it up.
Yeah,
Where
I'm
did it originate?
Stick it in your crop. I mean, that's to stick it in your anything and saying that in public, but not that type of way. You know, is where I'm like, oh, I just don't know.
Here we go. Origin.
Yeah.
This thing says literally means to stick in one's.
Oh my gosh, if it has Trisha losing it, it's gotta be bad.
Stick in one's throat.
Oh,
Oh.
But that's the literal meaning, but it has a metaphorical sense
Won't
of
be telling
saying
you guys'
something
husbands anything.
I know. Matt cannot listen to this episode.
It's been used in the English language for centuries.
For centuries.
For
centuries?
centuries. Doesn't
As the elder statesman, I believe it.
That's
I
why.
love that
It's
name.
just
I love
an
that name
old
for you.
saying.
And long ago.
Wow.
I love it.
The elder statesman. You should introduce yourself that way now. I'm Whitney, the elder statesman.
It's so funny because I don't think I've ever used that term in my entire life, and came out of my craw, just right on the podcast. The elder
Your
statesman.
craw.
My craw. All right, I'm gonna do a shout out, guys.
All right.
Okay, so I'm kind of putting together two messages from somebody who messaged us, so it may be a little stilted, but we are shouting out Katie Robishand. I might have said that wrong. Katie, I'm sorry. So she has been a listener since the beginning. She's loved the latest episode on first time marathon tips because she is running her first marathon ever in 4 weeks. We're getting an update on that. That's part 2 of this. So she has 3 daughters under 4 years old, 4 years and under. And she's so happy to be back running. Last year, she got second in her age range in a 10K, and it sparked her training and her love for running even more. And so she was training for a marathon, and then she gave us an update. She finished her marathon in 4:11, which is incredible.
Wow.
It was a dream for over 20 years. And this is why it was a dream. She says, my Auntie Ev gave me the love of running when I was just 6 years old, cheering her on at one of her races. My Auntie Ev is not just an amazing runner, but an amazing person. She's my hero. My mom was unable to carry her own children, and my Auntie Ev approached her and volunteered to be my mom's surrogate so my mom and dad could have their dream of having a child. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my Auntie Ev's infinite kindness and generosity. So for 26 miles, I was running step by step with my Auntie Ev, and to say the finish line was emotional was an understatement. After 20 years, I finally achieved my goal of being a marathoner, and I spent every mile with my best friend and hero. That makes me like kind of emotional.
That gave me
I like
goosebumps.
hearing
Oh my gosh.
I have goosebumps.
What an
too.
incredible woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Crazy.
gosh.
Like
Wow.
we just don't know what people go through. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and especially racing, like while we're out chasing these goals, like what people are actually running for, you know, it's just so crazy. It's always just so much bigger than we think it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is true.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, it's like pretty much everybody has a really great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should ask her for a picture, actually,
Yeah.
because I'm sure there are
Yeah.
great ones. Okay, so that was awesome, Katie. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I think we have some new reviews. We need reviews, guys. Just putting that out there. It helps us.
Yes. This one is from Dr. Lindsay Davenport. As a fellow mother runner, I am so enjoying this pod during my long runs and work commute. The ladies are so relatable and keep it real. I love their friendly banter and the content they cover. There's always something useful for me as a busy mom of 3 balancing a career, motherhood, and lofty running goals.
Oh, thanks.
Yay, I love that. I feel
Awesome.
like if they did like what's it called, a word cloud, relatable would be the biggest one. You know, in the middle. Is that what those things were called?
Something like that.
You know what I'm talking about, where they like pull the words and the more used are the bigger ones.
Yeah, I think we get relatable often, which means that we're not perfectionists. Perfectionists.
Yes.
That was the point that I wanted to bring up is like when somebody appears perfect, don't you like, for me, I'm like, we're not really going
Something's
to
there.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to connect with you.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I was a young
yes.
mom, you know, like I would look for somebody to commiserate with, and if somebody was just like, no, we don't have that problem or everything's fine, I'm like, okay, well, we're not goodbye, you know. Like if you again, it goes back to like, then that person is probably lonely, but you know, just like laying it all out, not all of it, you don't have to lay all of it out there, but like, you know.
Just all my trauma.
That's a lot.
That's me on a run. I'm like, tell me like, how bad was your childhood? Because I'm here to listen.
Yeah.
You want to start at
Trauma bonding
or 8 years old? I think a lot of times when people are like showing that they're so perfect, it comes across as like very like know-it-all-y, and I think it makes it very unapproachable. Like if you know it all, like, because we have nothing to talk about, so that's hard.
Agreed.
But it's phony.
Yeah.
Phony. That's a good word. Underutilized.
Yeah, not in my book. I was kidding about
phony and up my alley are two words, two sayings that come out of Olivia's mouth on the reg.
Yes,
on the reg. Yeah.
On the reg.
I think too, just remembering like there's somebody out there that needs to see you imperfect so that they have the unapologetic way or feeling to be imperfect too. Like, I don't know. I've seen that so many times. People I run with for the first time, or I will talk to them, like voice note them on Instagram so they hear my tone of voice, they hear the chaos behind me, they hear me yelling at my child to get out of the freaking pantry for the 15th time. And they're like, oh my gosh, I was just laughing so hard that you were just scolding your kid to get out of the pantry for the 15th time. I did that too today. Like, thank you. Like, it's so nice to hear another mom do that, because you often think that you're imperfect when you are always angry, right? So I just think it's like, make it a goal this upcoming week, to show somebody that you're imperfect so that they can be imperfect too. Like, they can have the permission to be imperfect too. Because I've seen it so many times. People's walls just go right down the moment your wall goes right down.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good point. True. We could start a movement, like the imperfection movement.
Yes.
You could do like a post on it, like, share something that makes you, I don't know. I'll have to think about this.
We'll have to think about it. But
that's a good one though.
House tour right now, and you'd be like, ooh, yikes. She might want to swing in the other direction a little bit. Yeah. If you need something, just walk like this. I will say, like, it's funny. My husband and I, we were just talking about this, and this is the most unaesthetic house we've ever had together. Like, it's just not our decor. It's not anything. Like, I definitely am not like taking pictures and I'm like, I love this cozy corner of the house, which I used to like do. My old house here was like beautiful because we decorated it before we had kids. So it wasn't like, oh, this is where the kids will be. It was like, oh, this looks like it. We like this in the magazine, and now it looks like that in our home. And this is like the most unaesthetic our house has ever looked, but it's also the happiest we've ever been. You know, like, I happily will have people over. Like, do I want my sink to be cleared out of its dishes right now? Sure. But like, if somebody came over right now, I'd be super happy because I just would have the company. And that to me, it means more than anything, you know, and I like walking into people's houses when it is a little bit messy. I'm like, whew, I can actually relax. Yeah. Like, can I take off my shoes? Like, can I sit on the couch, you know? And like,
that's true.
Like
another beautiful metaphor.
Yes.
Look at you.
I know.
Yes.
Also, I like to use phony because it rhymes with baloney. So it's a great way of saying, like, to your kids, and like, that's phony baloney. Yeah. So just to clarify why that's in my. Not that I'm just walking around being like, phony. Phony baloney. Yeah. It's more just I use it with my kids a lot. And I'm
now I just know, like, when you're running with Shanna in the morning, you're just listing off people and being like, phony. Yeah, she's a phony.
Yeah.
Don't expose me
Shin's
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been lovely. Thanks, guys.
Lovely.
Twas.
Yes, thank you.
So
Twas
lovely. So lovely.
Why are we speaking in the olden times? Was it because of the craw? No, we.
The elder. It was the elder.
No.
The elder.
Elder.
The what was it? The elders.
Next time, I'm gonna come in with one of those like mop. I'm gonna
Like
be
George
green.
Washington.
Yes.
I'll have wooden teeth and a wig.
Or like, bring it back to the Quaker man. There's another
Oh,
one.
the Quaker man.
Full circle.
Yeah, if you're new here, you need to go back. Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm crying. I'm like
Milking the
crying
Quaker
sad
man.
tears, and now I'm crying happy tears. This has been
So
been
good.
a lot. You guys are a lot.
Tell us how you really
Facts.
feel.
No, say that with
I
love.
can't wait to get off this call.
Teenage moms. What's gonna come out of your mouth today, Olivia?
Exactly.
Wow.
I'm pointing at myself. I'm the one that has said everything that's like, that's questionable. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy day.